time, in terms of our experiences. You know, you can't put value on that. Some call it sweat equity. But you know, even on the cap table, your name is on the cap table. Sometimes you don't go away with anything. So I think that the onus is on us to continue to grow the economy. The landscape is changing. The financial instruments are changing. The types of investors are changing, and the founders' businesses are also changing. And I think that today is part of lessons learned for all of us to come and share. We would look at the pitches. We would try and see if anyone endares our pockets, and then we will put our money where our mouth is in the fastest possible time. Don't be asking question. After all the questions, then you will just leave the room. Then when I call you, then you are not there to put money. Let's have a beautiful evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause one more time. I guess you like your phone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. While she was speaking, we had one of our sponsors also join us in the room from SAF. Please put your hands together for him. All right. We were taking goodwill messages. Yes, I'm aware. Thank you very much. He's a representative of the CEO of SAF, and he will be giving a goodwill message very shortly. Please put your hands together as it comes up. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Undubisi Ukrichi. I represent the chairman of SAP College Label. This is my first time here, so please, I'll say I'm honored to be here and to be among everyone here, and I'm sure that it will be very productive eventually for everyone. What do I have to say? Let me just talk briefly about SAP. I want to believe not everyone knows about SAP. SAP is a technology company. We have 4 basic subsidiaries. One is into venturing, which probably refers to what we're talking about here, and it's called SaaSware. We also have one company that does licensing, one does tech consulting, and one is in Kenya. Just to give you a little bit of context of what we do, we're spread across Africa, and the SaaSware part of it is into venturing into tech and tech-enabled companies. We've actually bought significant stake in certain companies, tech-enabled companies in Nigeria, and we've done well in some. We haven't done well in some as well. But just to give you an overview of SAP. I think I will stop here in first instance, and is representing my colleagues. I will just give you that context of what SAT is and what we do, and I will play along other conversations concerning this meeting. Thank you very much.
Very much. Please put your hands together one more time. Please put your hands together one more time. Thank you very much. All right, so the moment that the room has been waiting for is here. New ideas, new fire, new founders, stepping into the light. We're going to be having companies, founders, each of them making their cases for why you should be paying attention. So I want to urge us this evening to please give our full attention, because the next big story in this room could start right here, right now. All right, so first to the stage this evening is someone who is building smarter financial tools for a smarter generation. Please make welcome for the first speech. You have 5 minutes each. Please take note of the time, 5 minutes. So please make welcome Adeleke, founder of Cashwise. Please put your hands together. A round of applause as you come forward. 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Adeleke. We're representing Cashless Finance, and I'm here with my co-founder.
We can't hear you.
Oh, good evening, everyone. My name is Adeleke, and so this evening I have Elsie Gordon with me, who is a co-founder here at Cashless. We'll be talking to you about Cashless, what we've been doing over the years.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you. My name is Elsie Godwin. I'm a co-founder of Cashwise, and I'm also the COO at Cashwise. Okay, so Cashwise is not just another remittance app. It's what we're currently doing is building financial infrastructure for international remittance. Most of the apps you see in the market today, they're built on rented rooms, and that means fragmented licensing, incompatible identity systems, convoluted banking, and what that means is that when a transaction happens, there is at least 3 to 7% cost per transfer on all the transactions, right? And that then means that it is on the exchange rate markup or the business actually bears that cost. For businesses that are based in the space, they understand that infrastructure is the moat. If you build an infrastructure, transactions can happen. It doesn't have to be on your app, but you make money on the transaction. And that's exactly what we're doing at Cashwise. Now, to build a financial rail, we understand that it's very heavily compliance driven. And that's why our founder, who is here today, is. He has a very strong compliance background. We've come together based on our lived experience to be able to build this. And so far, for every corridor we are currently operating in, we have licenses for those corridors. Some of our products in the market today is the Cashwise Finance app and also the Orbis platform, which is a B2B payment platform for businesses and other products that are, of course, coming up on the platform. Cashwise Finance is currently available to Nigerian customers and United States customers at this point. Now, how does it work? Currently, we have what I'll call our technical modes, which is that we currently have an exclusive Zelle integration automated platform, which allows us the ability to receive funds in the United States without having to go through the card processing fee that every other fintech will have to go through. So that ensures that we are able to cut out about 3 to 5% of the card processing fee on transfers, and at the moment, we are the only fintech doing that at the moment. So our plan is also to resell that to other fintech. We have a corridor agnostic architecture, which ensures that when we're launching or going into any new corridor, it's pretty much straightforward. It's not like we are rebuilding, it's just a plug and play as long as we get our compliance and partnerships right. Now, just to ensure that we're not building in silos or in our head, we decided to open up the platform last year, January 2025, and as of December 2025, we had 15,000 registered users. We had processed over 3 million plus in transaction volume across 80,000 transactions. But one of the data we were able to get from that is the fact that for each individual, the ARP $12 a year and can write $1 a year, and this is only on the individual individual customer B2B at this point. Also, because we have the corridor agnostic architecture, it also means that remittance on our platform is actually just one layer, and that's exactly what we are bringing into the $905 billion remittance industry right now. Yes, of course, we have competitors. But the goal is that, no, I don't want to dwell on the competitors. Let's move to the next slide. So we definitely have competitors, but our team, of course, we have compliance-driven, marketing and operations-driven, a CFO and a CTO. The CTO is, of course, very important because all our architecture, like we said, is built in-house, locally, and managed by our technical team. At the moment, we're raising $1 million everything we have done has been bootstrapped up until this point, and the goal is to be able to expand to the Canada, UK, Europe, and also be able to be a lot more stronger in the corridors that we are currently playing at. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
We are just going to be taking questions. If you have questions, we're going to be taking questions. All right, thank you.
Hey, how are you? I see you dodged your competitors. What is your what is that unique thing that you're selling? What is your unique proposition that will make you do better than the competitors?
One is we are compliance driven, and the second is our infrastructure. So like we talk about, okay, technology is available to everyone, but the most that we think about is how you use it in terms of innovation. So what we have built in the United States, for example, is something that's similar to what is in Canada in terms of collection, but no one had built that for the United States. So right now, if you go to the app, download the app, if you have a Zelle account, you can, of course, send that to us, we confirm it, and you're able to instantly fund your wallet using Zelle. So for us, it's about innovation and how we think about infrastructure. Also, our partnerships. We've also been burnt in this journey, going into partnerships that doesn't really serve the business, because what we have seen is that the B2B fintechs just really want to make money off the B2C fintechs, right? So for us, we look at the partnership, the markup that we're getting, and how we can then pass that to our customers in a way that makes it all very easy. So it's compliance, infrastructure, and strong partnerships.
And so back to that, please can you go back to the company on the slide? The way we've built our infrastructure is to make sure that the last mile delivery of funds, liquidity to our customers is handled by us. Western Union still needs to depend on banks, which means that they are paying markups to banks, whichever way you're sharing the fees with banks. And the platforms like Wise, Remitly, they are still using other payment techs in the industry. For example, when we're talking about last mile delivery of funds to the customers in Nigeria, they're probably being powered by like Flutterwave or Paystar to deliver funds to their customers. So these are how things that we have taken care of when we're building our infrastructures, and also working on getting our licenses. So yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Does that answer the question?
Does that answer the question?
I'm still very curious. So I can transfer to the Zelle.
Yeah, you can transfer to the Zelle, you get instant value in your wallet.
With the Zelle.
Yes, you can connect to the Zelle.
Connect, yeah, collections.
Can I send back to them?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Or you can send to the United States Bank's account platform right now. But for collection, you do it through Zelle, and that's instant.
So rather than you, for example, adding your card to an international remittance app to do transactions to Nigeria, you can actually send money to the Zelle ID that will provide to you, and you get instant value in your wallet. So what we've done with that is that we've cut off the card processing fee that we have to pay to third parties. Zelle.
So all of us will use the same Zelle to send.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So you're just sitting down there.
Yes,
and
we're
then-
just
okay.
sitting down
Zelle
there.
is free. So it's free. You're not
It's
charged.
free.
Okay, but there's a maximum limit per
Yes.
day.
Yeah, depends on your bank. That's all it
Fair
depends on your origin. Or the
So how do you
origin.
make your own money?
Yeah. So
That was your question.
Okay, good.
Like, no, you're doing good. You're doing good. Yeah. But like she said, how do you guys make your money? Where is the spread accumulated from? And also, like, over the past, like, how long have you been doing this for? 3-ish years, 2-3 years?
A year plus.
A year plus. How have you guys been able to gain that traction, and what's the strategy to gain traction if we do see you guys with $1 million? Also, you guys didn't really explain what are you guys using that $1 million for? What is it going to? You know what I mean? Like, it's important for everybody to understand.
okay, I think I'll bring the question back. So how do we make money? Obviously, we're gonna make money from currency swap markups. And what this has done for us, being able to orchestrate payment from the United States using Zelle, we are not paying any third party, as I mentioned earlier, for payment processing. So our rates are our rates. We're not kind of like marking up extraordinarily just to make up for the processing fees, right? So our rates are very, very competitive in the market. So that's the first one. And also the second question, please.
Use of funds.
Oh, okay. User funding to kind of like strengthen our presence in the corridor we currently operate in, and to expand it to other corridors, specifically the United Kingdom, Canada, and Europe, and other African countries, because that's the way we build our infrastructure.
So, who's your, you seem very clear, who's your ideal target, like, customer? Like, what are they gonna use it? Like, is it just people transfer money from the United States to here, that's what they do for it?
Yeah,
And also, what is the conversion rate? Like, let's say you're converting to USD, you gotta make a spread off of, like, let's say 100, like, maybe 13, 15 naira to marketing at 14, 15. You guys profit 100 naira per transaction, or I'm trying to understand that whole situation with it.
Okay, so our current users is a function of our wage. How do we create the infrastructure we built in the first place? So what do I mean by this? This is going to be a B2B product, which means we'll be renting our infrastructure to other fintechs or other people that want to work with this corridor. We'll resell our Zelle infrastructure to them and make a markup. Whatever we decide the markup will be there. But definitely it will be way more competitive than cards. Currently in the market we have the international remittance app and a B2B product of it. This is just a wedge to test the market. How do you resell something that you don't know what the pain points and the bottlenecks are? You understand? So that is why we came into the market, and also to get some traction and actually understand the market a bit better. So,
Can I?
yeah.
If I hear you well, okay, anything different from you and all the gazillion people I can send money through is that I can send money from my Zelle account if I have one, assuming I have one, which most Nigerians don't. Okay, so if I have one, I can send to you and you won't charge me. Instead of using my card, I can use Zelle. So that's all nice. And then you can give me your own conversion rate, which I guess is where you're going to make your money. Okay? What matters to most people is how much you get for every dollar. So it doesn't matter whether you charge me or you charge card. I just want to see how much I get. But my major worry is this. We are investors. You are asking for $1 million. That's a lot of money. If you convert it to Naira, how many billion? 1 point something billion? Okay? And you are saying you want to use 40% of that for operations, teams, infrastructure, salaries, all those kind of nice things, I guess. What I can't see is, how do I get my own money? Okay? You're asking for 1 million. Let's assume that somebody here can write you a ticket for $1 million now. All you've shown us is you have 1,400 users. And how much have you generated in, how many, 1.5 years you said you started? So how does that convert to the 10 million money you're asking for? What metrics do you use to get the 10 million? That maybe you need to educate.
Okay, I'm sure I'll pass it back to him to answer some of the questions, but I also want to speak to the product. So when I was pitching, if you caught when I said the exclusive Zelle technology is just one of our modes, that's speaking to infrastructure and what we're building. The goal is not just US and Nigeria. Also on the platform, you can get GBP accounts, which is opening up next week. We're expanding to Europe. You can also get a US bank account. And like I said, it's like a wedge for us. We have the infrastructure, we are building different products. Orbit is a different product which also provides virtual bank businesses, and we're seeing growth in that space. It just launched about a month ago, right? Another market we have identified is, let's talk about this. We're trying to raise money, right? So another market we identified is the car dealers market, and that's a huge market. A lot of them buy I mean, in months they spend about $250,000 to $500 to move in money from Nigeria to the United States. And what some of them do is put that money in the bank or pay to somebody's bank account with hope that the person in the US would be able to transfer that money to the bank account, right? And we are already sending one or two of them, and they're excited about it. So the goal is also to build another product which sort of serves like an OTC. But yes, we said we've been bootstrapping, but for the past 2 months, this business has been able to pay salaries based on some of the OTC transactions we're able to do without having to spend our own money in bootstrapping. Why we need a lot of money in that sense is because of the way fintech works. So you fund us using Zelle, you send money to Nigeria, it comes in instantly. Money doesn't move in real time. We need to have that fund sitting in the United States and also sitting here so that we can make those transactions. So if you're doing a transaction for people who are asking you for, say, $50,000, you have to have that money. So because of the markets we're going into and the volume we need to process, that's exactly why we actually need to raise a lot of money to be able to service them in the real time that they require to be serviced. I'm trying to just explain.
Your numbers doesn't.
That's all good, but you're still not. Tell us how are we going to get our 1 million back? Not to even talk of profit on it. How? I can't see that. The numbers you showed some numbers. Let's go back to those ones where you have users and some other stuff. Because the valuation is based on something.
All right, thank you so much.
So you made what? $18,000 revenue plus, and then you are talking about you want 1 million.
We have 1,410 active customers, and our definition of active customers in this regard is customers that have executed at least 6 transactions in the period of a year. And from these 1,410 customers, we made over $18,000. Now, why did we make this low? Our classification of working capital, as you saw in the other side, is more around liquidity for us to execute transaction. Why did we make this low? Based on what we have available for us and based on the trend by which our customers do transactions. We have to balance like the dollar we receive with the naira. So it has made us to be more innovative in the sense that we literally, behind the scene, we have a PVP, a payment versus payment machine that powers our foreign exchange. What does this mean? We only sell what we have available in the States. So this has restricted us in the sense that the limits of value of transactions that our customers can do per time is limited. Compared to other platforms that offer these same services, that does as much as $20,000, $30,000 per customers, $20,000, $30,000 per customer per month. We technically don't have that capacity. So we have to kind of like restrict it so that, I think one of the biggest reasons why an individual, an entity will stop doing business with a fintech that offers international remittances if they don't get value for their money instantly. Instant value is not a competitive edge because it is everywhere. So that is so majority of the money we're trying to raise, while 40% shows, it's a bit of tweak on our own end, why 40% is shown on the, please can I have the user fund? On the user fund part of the product, majority of this is towards providing liquidity standing for us to increase the limit of our customers, get more businesses, if we can execute more transactions of higher value, higher volume, then we're good to go. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for all right, thank you very much, Cashwise, for that pitch. We're just going to move into the next person. Reimagining what healthcare access looks like, talking about the founder of Boro Health. Please make welcome Dr. Joel Aniegbe. Please put your hands together for him as he comes forward. Keep clapping as he comes. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I was caught while I was eating. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Dr. Joel Aniegbe, and I'm here to talk to you about our solution to a specific problem in the healthcare space. Please, can we go back to the first slide? So I wouldn't bore you with the problems in the healthcare space. I think at some point in time we may have interacted with the healthcare system, and we have lived through some of these challenges. What I want to talk to you about is a solution to one of the myriads of problems, and that is the lack of digital infrastructure in the majority of health facilities in the country. So let's use Lagos State as an example. Estimated 2,300 plus health facilities, and out of that number, 75% of them don't have any form of EMR, so they're still on paper, and they cannot afford the upfront costs to have an EMR. And that means all the value that they get from an electronic medical record system, they can't access it. So we said, what is the shortest path to giving them a cheap, basic data infrastructure? And that was what we were able to do. But before I talk about how we're able to get that done, let's see what the paper-based operations cap the facilities. The first is compliance. So if you walk into any average health facility that does not have an EMR and you request for your medical record, it will take you 2 months before they give you back the medical report. And most of these facilities have a compliance duty to report statistics to the state, but they can't because the data is on paper. The second is access to capital. So when they're discussing with the financier about 9 years of their operation history is decaying in a shelf somewhere, they don't have the evidence to show their operational consistency, or even access to insights that they can use to make procurement decisions. So all of that information is just locked up in a shelf somewhere that you're adding to on a daily basis. And then the third is an important one for big teaching hospitals who have the same problem, right? They don't have the digital data to even attract cutting-edge research that can impact patients. So how do we want to solve this? We just go to the facility, we tell them, how many records do you have? 5,000. Okay, we'll help you scan and upload it. As you're generating new paper records, you can be scanning and uploading from a smartphone or an office scanner that you have. And then we give them a portal, their own portal where they can upload this from. And when they upload, we built an AI system using proprietary data sets. So we had to annotate about 3 million to train an AI system how to read doctors' handwriting. And I know you guys want to crucify us the way we write, but thankfully, we have been able to train the system. It operates at 98% accuracy in being able to convert a handwritten medical record into clean, structured data. So once they upload the 5,000 folders, in about 30 minutes, you have 5,000 clean, structured records in a database that they control. And it cost us not much to do that. It cost us about 6 cents per page. So it's relatively very cheap to just convert and then save. I mean, saving the records is even cheaper because it's an extra. So the operational cost is very cheap. The only part that is relative is the support during the initial scanning and then uploading of the record. So our plan is that 1,305 hospitals in Lagos State that cannot afford an EMR immediately, we want to help all of them set up a database. And once those databases go live, interesting things start to happen immediately. The first is all of them to the law, so they can exchange data between themselves, which is one money. They can report their statistics about they can participate in clinical research, etc., etc. So how far have we come? We've built the core infrastructure, we've subjected it to regulatory approval, we are very familiar with the NDPC requirement, we have our certification as a major data controller and processor in the country. We've done all our annual audits, so complete compliance in that regard, including engagement with the Federal Ministry of Health, in case there are any regulatory loopholes that we haven't cleared on that end. We have an ecosystem of 657 facilities, and then we're just now supporting them set up their database. How did we achieve that? We didn't go door to door. It turns out that there are regulatory levers that we could just pull, because most states have laws that allow them to set up an information system across the state. So we invoked one of those state laws in Enugu State, for example, and then 600 cities overnight. We got that system. So the question is, how fast can we help those 600 facilities set up database? The other ones was just direct engagement, associations and partnerships. That's for the other 57. And then we moved, I think, 20th of July. That's when we became fully operational. And that first week, 45,000 files went through the pipeline. I think it's heading towards 113,000 now, if I'm not mistaken. And then we also tested how we make money. So how do we make money? When we have 60 databases that are operational, and in those 60 databases, say each of those databases is one hospital that sees 15 to 25 patients on a daily basis, right? In those clinical encounters, about 10% would need a radiology request. So they need to go to Crestview Radiology or somewhere to do a scan. How do they do that today? The doctor writes a lab form, give the patient take the radiology lab, go do the scan, patient will go back and pick the result and the image and bring it back to the doctor. That is what is happening now. That is 2007 level of financial transaction. So once the facility has a database, they just tell them, go to the radiology lab, consent there, they'll see what I've requested for you. When your result, your image is ready, it goes back into your folder in my database. So that round trip connection, we charge 500 Naira for it. Same thing for when they send a patient to go do a lab test, right? You go to SynLab, you consent, you see what I've requested for. When your result is ready, it goes back into the database. So the value for the patient is not going back to pick the result. The value for the clinician is all that information goes back into that institution's database. It's never lost. So that's data portability. It turns out that it's actually the right of the patient for data portability under the Nigerian Data Protection Act. So we're just putting the business on an extant law. How else do we make money? We procure, especially these facilities that we want to support in the interquarter range. Not the very rich ones like the Evercare that can afford an EMR, operate, but can afford an EMR. And they make guess estimate. So I need to order 20 cartons of paracetamol. Because I think I will consume 20 cartons of paracetamol. Not because my operational history says I need 20 cartons of paracetamol. So based upon their database, we can make more direct, informed decisions about what to procure, and we can connect them to manufacturers and distributors, etc., and we take a commission on that transaction. The next is credit, working capital, asset financing, expansion, even very subtle things like, oh, we need to expand our bed size. All of that information is hidden inside the data, which they cannot see because the data is not digital. Thank you. One more slide.
All right, thank you.
There are 250. To attend for 250, want to take the whole 657 facilities, give them a database within 18 months. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we're just going to take maybe one question because let's go to.
So, sorry, if I've understood, I missed the first part.
Okay.
You're an archivist with a focus on medical records.
It's important, yes.
Now, those records you're scanning, is it also diagnosis of patients and stuff like that?
So when you look at the patient record, it has everything in it. So there are several pages inside.
What are the reasons hospitals will not want you to have that?
They will not want us to have that. No, it's more like they want to, okay, so what are the reasons that they
I'm just saying, think about it. What are the reasons a hospital would not want you to have all the records on the diagnosis they have done to patients in an environment like this?
Well, if we were a competitor, that would be a reason. If they have malpractice fear, but we do not the information, once it is saved in their database, is encrypted. So even we cannot.
No, but you're setting yourself up as a data center slash
An exchange.
as a data center slash platform for medical records.
Mhm.
Which means, and you're going to process that with your AI tools, etc. There's a lot that's going to come out. And we've already seen the rise in there are a lot of prosecutions and things coming more and more to light with all this malpractice, etc. Things like
But
that.
who is going to get access to the data for the prosecution?
No, I'm just thinking down the line. If
Yeah,
there's
that's the question. So it's
to do with the law, and when they come in for you to ask you to be able to present certain evidence linking to A, B, or C.
Like
We know what the
regulator.
positive sides are. What you look from the procurement, etc. It's a different way of coming at what other people have been trying to do. You know, whether helping them or stocking, etc., etc. But this is just thought. I don't have any precise answer. I'm just saying, based on how you're setting yourself up, you know, it's a powerful position to be in.
Yes,
But you also have to look at the negative side.
yes. I mean, it's one of the things we should hope should happen, that a system like this improves practice in the country. Nobody would access the data without the patient's consent, not even a pro.
No, I'm just saying your ability to grow. Because once hospitals realize that you're seeing things that they can't see or have kept away from the top guys, your appeal changes.
In some sense, well, perhaps we can get more interaction.
Yeah,
I can give you some clarity on the law.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please, a round of applause for Dr. Joel Anivio once again. Thank you very much for that pitch. And finally, this evening, for our third pitch of the evening, please make welcome the founder of Earth and Soul, Mr. Dade Adio Moses. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Dade Adio Moses. I want to thank the Lagos Angel Network for inviting us to pitch to you. I appreciate that very much. So Earth and Soul. So the way to think about Earth and Soul is, just think about it this way. When I used to travel to London a lot, and I realized that I was just going to Zara, I'll pick up, some clothes, some casual clothes, and I'll come back to Nigeria, and I'll be looking for, where to pick shorts, where can I pick shorts, where can I pick t-shirts, linen shirts, and I just couldn't find that place for casual clothing. So I started, I just started looking around, doing a bit of research, and I found there are a lot of prints, Ankara prints, all sorts of things, but that place you could go for casual clothing, I couldn't find. So I started. So I have a bit of a creative background. So I started sketching, and I gave it to a tailor. And the tailor said, "Okay, you can sketch. Why don't you just start this thing yourself?" So I started. So I brought a few friends together. I photographed them. Sketched a few things, produced it, and it just kicked off from there. And we got our first 2 million naira order, and then I just started it. So from then on, we started, I noticed that there was traction, there was demand, people were like me who were actually looking for clothes. So I'm actually wearing Earth and Soul from head to toe, linen shirts. We also have our tunics we make for women, we make for kids as well. It was 2 years in June. So keep going. But to address that demand, what we did was I realized very quickly, initially when I started, we were outsourcing, and then we realized that I wanted to make sure I wanted to manage quality control and delivery times, because that's always an issue, especially in Nigeria. So what we did was we used my money and a few money from friends to start a production house. So we have a production house now, and sorry, I'm not going according to I'm just kind of giving you, but keep going, you can keep going. So keep going next. So we have a production house now that actually has about 4 stations. And from that production house, we produce as much as 60 pieces a day. So we have scaled. We've done really pretty well. In the past, I'm sorry, I'm not going according to the. Okay, yeah, we can go from the next. Yes. So this is what we've done so far. So in 2 years, we sold 3,404 pieces and 112,000 in revenue. And that's for the first 20 months of that. We did no marketing. It was more organic. So people trusted the product, and you just get a lot of referrals. So now we're 24 months. So we just started structured marketing in the last 4 months. So you can keep going. So how are we addressing, like I said, how are we addressing this demand? So what we did was, that's our production house. So we have our production house now that we're actually producing about 20 pieces a day from our 3, we now have 4 stations, which is next. So the next couple of slides just tells you how we've actually generated demand and some sort of awareness. So that was our first launch. Can you go next? And the following slides is just our exhibitions. Keep going, keep going. And then now we've been able to, because of how well we've been doing, we've now, some stockists have now approached us. Temple Muse is one of them. So we partnered with Temple, I'm not sure if you know Temple Muse, but then Victoria Island. And we partnered with that, our first event. And at that event, we had 73% sell through. So we're doing well. So we actually, we have a good cadence going on now. So I'll get to why we're here. So, sorry, can you go back? So the business really, it's about, if you think about the business, it's about channels. We have different channels. We have a direct customer. We have our direct to customer. We have different channels where we use it making money. So there's the pop-ups. We have the stockists. And all those channels actually help us sell our product. Now, what we need to do, while we need the funds, we're actually asking for $300,000. We need to use those funds to expand the pop-up, our channels, to grow our channels. But in production, we also realize that there's also this textile gap. So where the textile gap is, in Nigeria, I mean, we buy lots of things from Lagos and also from the East. But we realize that there is all sorts of materials just get dumped in Nigeria, right? And we are lucky because we use linen and cotton blend. So what I'm wearing is a linen and cotton blend. So we found a way to we realized that we can't just sell linen because it wrinkles. So we found a way to blend it so that it actually falls well. Now, what we're now trying to do is that for us to actually guarantee textile security, we're trying to, we're trying to get our own fabric. We're talking to people in China already, and we're actually developing our patent fabric just for textile security. So the money, just the bottom line is that the money we want is actually to expand the channel, to make more money, and to also develop our textile line. I hope I was a bit articulate.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for you. So that we can balance the equation, I'm just going to take one question before we move on to the next agenda. And then we can further have conversations, questions, and after the event. Does anybody have any question? All right.
At what valuation are you raising the 380?
But at the moment, we're still valuation. We're raising as a safe.
So
I can show you samples in the meantime.
you know you're creative, you want to show us what you are making, but we are looking at numbers. Okay. So what kind of margins have you had in the last 20 months? You know, from your 4,000. 3,000 years.
So,
and then you kept saying you have a place now.
Yes.
What's the capacity of a production? So if I sell, you talked about Zara. If I say if Zara says I like this,
yeah.
and I need you to produce 10,000 pieces every month,
No, we cannot. So that's why we get the money. We can't because there is demand there. Because like I said, the people who actually want this clothes. We've seen it. We have even right now even the customer orders, and we've seen the demand, but we don't have enough. We cannot meet that demand. We only do 20 pieces a day. So we need.
In terms of growth, are you not looking towards that in terms of, because what kind of margins do you have really?
So right now,
Maybe in percentage per piece average.
Net would say about maybe 27%.
So I'm
If you scale, we'll make there's a lot more. If we scale.
You have to do volumes, right?
Volume, yes.
Exactly.
So yes, but if we scale right now, we are again. It's about channels, like I said. So if you do direct to customer, if you do your customer orders, by the time you aggregate that, you're going about 30%. So it's really about.
But you won't be able to fulfill, and then what you want to do is backward integration right now, because you want to start creating your own fabrics, right?
Correct. So that drops the production cost.
From China.
Yes.
Your importation costs.
Yes. So we put our numbers and it actually drops the production cost.
It'll be good to see your numbers, because I can see multiple revenue models really from what you've said.
Yes.
Even if you're outletting your facility, you have a lot of people that don't have capital enough for for that. I can see that if you bring in your own fabrics, except you want it to be unique to you, you'll have a lot of off-takers.
So we have.
And then I can also see, so I can see multiple revenue models, but your financials need to be very clear.
Yes, so I mean it was 5 minutes. So if there's we have to do a deep dive. Yes, exactly. That's why I rushed through. But if you can, sorry, just 1 second. If I can just, I mean we have direct sales here.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for the CEO of F & Soul. Thank you very much for that pitch. Yes, still staying in the spirit of partnership this evening, our next spotlight shines on a brand that needs little introduction on the African telecom stage. All right, we're going to be spotlighting their journey and their partnership with this network. Please put your hands together for the CEO of Lebara, Nigeria, Mrs. Tenny Stoffman. Please put your hands together as she makes her way forward. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Hi, good evening. Yeah, I'm Tenny Stoffman. Okay, so yeah, I'm the CEO of Lebara. And I'm sure we practically know Lebara, right? Because a lot of us that travel to the UK, to France, to Amsterdam, Australia, Saudi Arabia, you all probably would have. Once you're coming out of the immigration, you will see that spot. So you can pick a SIM card and use it for your stay whilst you're there. And sometimes you get to even keep the SIM card and travel with it back to Nigeria. So Lebara is a mobile virtual network operator. We are in 9 countries, now in Nigeria, and fully operational as a network operator. And I'll say that because right now we are, the difference between us and a typical MTN Intel, is the fact that we don't have our own RAN, radio access network. So it's like when you have a license, you have a spectrum space that is assigned to you as a mobile network operator. And within the spectrum, you have capacity to make, or you can expand. So I've had a lot of questions with, already there's a lot of churn on a particular network. Why would they have access to accommodate you and all that? But that's not how it works. So for us, we're in Tier 5 license, and as a Tier 5, we have to build our own core infrastructure. So this project took us 2 years to launch. So we started the operation since 2023, and then in 2024 we had to acquire our own infrastructure, build it, test it, and do all of that. It took a while. So again, one thing that Lebara is known for, not one thing, 3 things actually. We call it telco trinity. We say we are reliable, we are affordable, and then we are customer centric. Affordability doesn't mean cheap. So the assumption that it's cheaper shouldn't be the case, but is it affordable? Yes. And one thing that we pride ourselves of is the trust that we try to give to customers. So we are not we're not an MNO that will, go for the huge customer, acquisition base. For us, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, we're still very keen on closing that quality experience. That's why customer centric is the order of the day for the Lebara network. We are, as much as possible, trying to create our own differentiating factor in so many ways. We are also at the same time disrupting the market constructively, as we should, because we know that there are some segments of the market that is yet untapped, right? And those are the market segments that we are focusing on. We also know that there are some projects that can be enhanced if we have good network opportunities in the country. Personally, I'm very passionate about the target audience that are data-centric. And one thing I believe, a lot of us, so we're not just the only licensed operator in the country. I think NCC actually gave about, for the 5 of us, MVNO license. So yes, and about 10 of us have tier 5. Then the rest, some have tier 4, some have tier 3, tier 2, tier 1. So for the tier 5s, they can work as an operator, a full network operator across the country. For the tier 4s, they are basically aggregators. So what they do is to aggregate the lesser tiers. So that means they will have their own core infrastructure, but they will then integrate the lesser tiers. I'm saying this because when they come on the platform, kindly accommodate them if they have a business model that works, right? The tier 3s, they can also build their core, but they can also leverage. For the tier 2s and the tier 1s, they are like, lack of a better word, somewhat maybe resellers, but they can provide their own services in a unique way. So, tiers. So Lebara has tier 5. We are targeting data-centric customers, as we always do across the market. We build a network of staff strength of 134 now. We're very happy to say that we have a ratio of 70-30 female. Of course, I'm a woman. So, and we have a lot of Gen Zs. Oh my gosh, they have ideas, crazy ideas on how they can make things better and all that. Gosh, watch that space. Those guys are fantastic. I'm Gen Z as well, I'm 16. So we're very intentional with our approach to the market. We respect the MNOs that have been in the space for a while. For us, it's about widening the net. For us, it's about creating strategic position across Africa. And that the reason why we think this is necessary now is because there is a lot of opportunities within the space of artificial intelligence, within the space of over-the-top services. We see electric cars now. We see security situations. We see the youth wanting to become entrepreneurial. We see content that is becoming very robust and rich. And it's about time we started creating our own as against importing, right? So what this does is it allows that access for anyone that is data-centric to be able to create something. Because what we want to do is to give them the platform to do that. Yeah, so they can then be creative. So we have a product we call the Lebara Play, for instance. And it's the first product in Africa that allows microdrama content to be aired successfully. So the vertical content and the horizontal content. So that's one thing. And at the moment we're partnering with a lot of, I mean, I won't let the cat out of the bag just yet, but a lot of providers that are leveraging on that opportunity to be creative. So these are kind of things that we do. I've been in telecoms for almost 2 decades, and I worked as, I started as a value-added service provider, and then from then on became an aggregator. So I've worked around all the telcos, provided services for them, so I'm kind of familiar with that industry. It's kind of very interesting because we will start seeing a lot of these activities within the space. It will also help to boost the, the overall GDP in the country. We'll start seeing streams of income coming from ideas, from fintech, partnering with the telecom space. And am I rushing it? Okay, so yeah, I think I've said a lot already. Just introduce. So I will encourage you, please see the program tomorrow. You see, we are actually out there now. You can download our app. Our app is the first app that you can do your self-care without having to go through an agent. So first of it in Nigeria. So we are happy, again, from these young guys. They are wonderful guys. And I'm happy to be a member of this wonderful association. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause one more time. All right. She says that she has been in telecoms for about 2 decades, but she's Gen Z. I don't know how that maths works. I don't know how. Right? 2 decades and Gen Z. But we are, she's 4 years old. When she started, she was 4 years old when she started. Oh my God. That's some incredible thing right there. Please, a round of applause one more time. All right, if there's one thing that I know is that numbers tell stories, right? And a few stories are as important as the one we are about to listen to this evening. Every quarter, this network takes stock, what we have built, what we've backed, and where the momentum is taking us to. And to walk us through the state of the network, please make welcome to the stage Dr. King. A round of applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I respect existing protocols. I'm going to be sharing with us a few things that I think that we should know as members and partners of the network. And so, this is my State of the Union address. You will clap for me. That was beautiful. But thank you very much. Since our last meetup, earlier in April, the network has grown, not just in membership, but in capital deployed, founders that we are reaching, and the opportunities that we're creating together as a network. And so, with this address, it's just a little catch-up on what's been going on. And for some of us, we see the newsletters when they come through, but we hardly read them. We call for deep dive meetings, and a lot of you don't enter the deep dive room. And so we thought it was important to then bring this happenings to you in person whilst you're munching on the food that you helped provide. At LAN, we're growing across the core focus areas of our work: membership, investment activity, founder reach, portfolio growth, and investor education. If that figure there says 1110, then it's wrong, because we are closer to 130 as of today than that number. In terms of investment activity, we have mobilized in recent months over $450,000 US, both in direct fiscal capital and value-added services provided to us by different partners that we work with. Trust me, if you see Tenny of Lebara standing here and talking, you know that I'm doing something. And it's not just that, it just happened. The portfolio companies number that you have there is an addition to what already exists. For clarity, Plan has been here since 2010, and in over a decade, we could not be doing eight businesses. So that's an addition in recent months. I dare say maybe less than 12. And recently launched is the founder community, because we figured that it would be good to not just grow an investor base, but be deliberate in deal engineering. And so we created a land founder community where angels could then interact with founders in a vetted, curated space. As a network, we're always producing educational materials. And graciously, we have members who are joining and participating out of 12 countries, about 4 different continents represented. Of course, we're very familiar with the monthly lunch and learn meetings that we would have, where we would ensure that there's a lot of investor education and a sprinkle of pitches every month. What we've also done is institutionalize the growth of angel investing across Nigeria, both locally, working out of Lagos, and across Nigeria. And so we have our footprint in different cities across the nation. Not just footprints, but real hard work going on in those locations. In earlier months, our board chair would say to me, Solomon, you know that we're not Lagos Angel Network, it's just a name. We're the network, we're the Angel Network for Nigeria. And I say, yes, ma'am. And so it's in that thinking that we've then created the Lagos Angel Fellowship, which has run 2 cohorts, and I'm glad to announce that cohort 3 applications open tomorrow. That's part of the move we're really proud. Over the 2 cohorts that we've had 83 applications received. We admitted into this Fellowship Academy of the sort 37, and it's glad to see a lot of fellowship graduates, alumni, right, in the building today, being interested in angel investing, deploying capital, and beyond that, also just supporting the network. 37 fellows admitted, 37 inducted, and direct capital involvement in less than 6 months is over 15,000 US, over a number of these are not true. I think I kind of glossed over it, but this should be like, say, 30, 40,000 in investments from angels. Middleman alone was a lot of cohort 2 and cohort 3, cohort 1 and cohort 2 angels, and that was way more than 15,000 US. We've showcased 11 startups, we've had several expert sessions, and female participation is growing. It is something that I'm beginning to be very much more deliberate about, because, for example, in this meeting, I kept calling all the women, you people should please come out. You people should, God will help you, please help me. You people should please come out, because angel investing is not, or should not be, a male-dominated sport. Angel investing reminds me a lot about mothering and taking care of young people, which mothers are known better off for those. And so we are hoping that more and more women will join us, and we're deliberate in our approach to getting them. And so we've done a lot with the fellowship. We have members who have become members of the network from different countries as a result of the fellowship. It opens tomorrow. Well, is that tomorrow? August 1st, whenever that date is, Saturday maybe, right? Usually would last for 6 weeks. You would learn, right? Learn about angel investing and then become a member of the network. And so for people who are listening to me now who have folks who want to be part of the fellowship and the network by extension, it's a good time to begin to have those conversations. Now I'm aware that there were some angels who had said to me earlier they wanted to be part of the earlier cohorts. With cohort 3 now, we can have already existing angels who can then take the induction courses again. I want to quickly mention the deals that we've engaged with in recent months. We've had conversations around Lean Foods, Skill Ladder, Curriculum, Cubes, Control by Justice, Dara Logistics, and RJ Business School. Now, if you've been part of the deep dives that have been going on and the last 3 Lunch and Learns, you would have encountered some of these businesses. And we've then had, LAN has a very active and poignant investment committee. Sometimes I'm put on the spot by members of the committee, and so I just would behave myself because I could come really very excited. But because of the constitution and composition of the investment committee, a lot of things that could pass through my exuberance, for example, because I could be, and I'm okay with that, yeah. It could pass through my exuberance, but it will not pass through the rigor and the thoroughness of the other members of the investment committee. And I'm super grateful for how effective our deal processing then comes to be because of such fantastic people. So in here, for example, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 businesses, and of all 6 of them, none of them went through. They were a no-go all the way. Sometimes as the network administrator, this can be really frustrating, hard work, but I am happier and better that the deals are thoroughly screened so that when angels are then told to commit capital to a business, all eyes don't see them, all ears don't look and well, so the money no go loss. So that then takes us to what we describe as the recent investment committee decisions, and I mentioned that a number of them have been no-goes. For Justice Schwab, that was a no-go by the investment committee. Dara Logistics looked good. I kind of liked what it looked like, but still was a no-go. At the business school, I was really loving this. But investment screening position that the Lagos Angels provides then helps you see things that you probably would not have seen. For the other day, I had said, okay, maybe I'll do a 20,000 US. And whilst I was thinking about that, one person will ask one question, the money will drop in my mind. Maybe we'll do 15. Another person will ask another question. We then did and I said, okay, maybe we'll do a 2K. Personal funds, right? Then this was during the deep dives. Then we then get to the investment committee meeting, and everybody says, Dr. King is saying no. And the reasons were clear and cogent, and they are documented. And we've also, as a team, insisted that we will then begin to, disseminate the information around this deal so that angels understand beyond the reasons why we take those decisions, but also learn to be better analysts of investment opportunities. We do have a deal that we're opening up soon. Due diligence is on the way now. This went through several months of rigor. from my team, then the IC, back and forth. And so in coming days, we will share the investment memo, right? Investment memo and due diligence report for Figure. He's in that business in recent times has been the one that has gone through all the painstaking rigor that we put the businesses that we consider through. So in a couple more days, we will have that. We don't have so much time. We may have spent some time describing why Figure looks like something that we should do. But again, that's the role of an investment memo. Please, when that memo comes through, let's read it. Our portfolio is growing, right? We did check our health. The more recent business we added to the portfolio was Middleman and Talent Code. And so that keeps the number of the portfolio growing. I wanted to just quickly mention that one of the businesses that were considered last year when we went to the Netherlands consulate to have our meetup, Zaid Foods, Acres and Manor, and that set of businesses. Zaid was listed as one of the top 100 businesses across Africa by the Africa Business Heroes, and that Africa Business Heroes is the Jack Ma-led, is that an accelerator or some? So Zaid is an example of the fact that some things are going right. Actually, a lot is going right. As a network, we've also continued to increase our reach and partnership and deepen the partnerships that we have. So we do have an existing partnership with the Netherlands Entrepreneurship Agency, RVO, and they've run the Orange Corners program. And a number of the people, so we have a pipeline kind of arrangement with them. They screen the businesses, send them to us for funding. And so the RVO conversation and relationship is being strengthened. We had a follow-on meeting and all's going good. In recent months, we've also become a network partner with Microsoft. And with this, we're then enjoying benefits for our portfolio companies of up to $250,000 US as rare credits. Now, for a lot of these companies who come raising, a bulk of what they spend money on is cloud credits, and Microsoft gives our land startups 250,000 worth of those. Each startup gets that much, and I doubted it at the first, when I first saw it, but as of today, we have disbursed 3 of such credits to startups, and they're enjoying it. So, not be audio. In terms of partnerships also, to strengthen the work we're doing with the Lagos Angel Fellowship, we're then talking with the IFC and GIZ to support us with the fellowship so that we can then reach more angels. We've set a goal in the team to grow land to 500 members by December 2027, less than 18 months from now. And so with that level of aggressive growth, we need a lot of partnerships to work with us on that. And so I will tell you what your role is in making that happen. We're also thinking of an Angel Fest next year. I don't know, probably I wouldn't say it's first of its kind because we had the EBAN Congress last year, but we're thinking of an Angel Investors Festival, a 3-day event where the whole conversation will be about angel investing.
When Naira starts going from 280 to 1,400, I'm looking at my deal, I'm saying, just give me more, so that at least the devaluation will give me some exits, while even the exits will their own valuation will give me some exits. But it's few and far between. And so one of the things that we've learned is that as you are going into where's the man that was doing clothes? I'm looking at exit, right? I'm looking at exit. Who can buy him out down the line? Because I can see that somebody would then say, oh, because of this quality of cloth, right, fabric, this is what the DNA is, and this is, and then and then he wants to blow, and then Zara will say you cannot blow, and then they yank him out. And so from the beginning of when you want to go into a deal, you begin to look at who will acquire, how will they expand to the point of exit that you can exit, right? And so the story of exit starts with you as an investor looking into the future at the beginning of the journey.
Thank you. You know, before you get into anything, look at how you are going to get out.
Exactly.
So to my gentleman, pay wise, nothing personal. We just have to look at how we are going to get out. Most people see land as a place you go to get money. That is not just land. Yes, we give money, but we also give structure. We give governance. We help you to ensure that your business can fulfill your vision. That's what we do. Unfortunately, when founders are looking for money, they chase the investors. Once the money changes, they expect investors to start chasing them. We have all these networks. Most of the people we funded, where are they? Most of them are not here. It does not stop at getting the money. And that's why now we are a bit more focused and a bit tougher. You saw we reviewed 6, 7 businesses, and we didn't see any one that we could present to you to put your money. We are not a charity. Yes, we give back to society. But for us to give back, most people who are investors and all that, if you look at this room, most of them are mature people, experienced people, people like she said, whose fingers are burnt out, okay? They've done all kinds of deals and they've lost all kinds of money. Yes, some need some money. We are waiting to still make some money as well. To ensure we do that, we need to have better investor-founder synergy. There's a wealth of knowledge in this room. And I would expect that, not just coming to teach and expect you to get money, but network to see, how can I make this better? How can I, sometimes you don't even have a business. It might be the land that you come to that will make you realize that there's no business. So maybe you better start looking for something else to do that will take you to where you want to get to. So sometimes we'll be hard, sometimes we'll be soft. But I will say, exit means when we enter, like with 1 million there, we have to find somebody who is going to exit us like 10 million, so that we can cash out like bandits, you know? Pardon my use of bandits. You know, bandits catch out a lot. So that's what we want. We want to put 1 million and get like 20 million. And the only way we can make that is to add value. And we cannot add value if we don't even know what you are doing. If we don't know where you are in your business. It's only when we know, you talk, you ask. We have a lot of things we can do for founders. Many people here, they have network, they have connections. Some of the doors that you can't open, some of the angels here, they can open the doors for you. That is what I think we need to do a lot more. That's what I think we give us the kind of exit, because it's not just to exit. If you want to exit, there are many doors. We want to exit smiling, and I'm waiting for a smile. Unfortunately, it is far in between. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. All right, Angel, I will open the floor for 2 questions, and then we can then move the conversation further. Thank you, Rashida. 1. If after 9 you raise your hand, no, I'll answer you. 2, God bless you.
Thank you very much, and good evening to everyone. With exits, when you are investing in founders who are building for the long run, what are the true, real exit opportunities beyond perhaps, if they don't want to list, what are the other creative ways or other opportunities for founders to truly think about that opportunity of exiting those who are helping them either in the early stage or everybody feels like you have to shall go seed one way or the other or series, but there are people who are building for the long run, and can't they benefit, and how do they then give you that comfort? From your experience, which sort of examples do you have where, even though the founder has been building for the long run, they've still been able to create positive and good exit opportunities for investors? Thank you.
I'll tell you about one of the deals that we exited in less than, I think, was it 3 or 4 months? And they were acquired, right? So my stash was acquired by Precepts. And we had only put money for, I think it was a very short period of time, and we made 1.2x, right? In 3 months. They were really building something and solving for the long term. And it was a subset of what Precepts wanted to utilize for them to scale. And therefore they acquired them. So acquisition is one way of exits. Another way of exit is when you sort of change your revenue model in such a way that as you're changing your revenue model to the new revenue model will pay for, right? What you started, a lot of times what you start with is not what you end with anyways. And so that is the other way that we have been able to do our exits is to look at a different no, that's not the question you asked me. I've answered.
Alright, second question. Okay, Ogini, you want to add to that? Okay.
It's all about value. If you create that value, other people will want it. You are not the only one that can see it. When people see that you are making money, you are growing, all kinds of VCs, all kinds of people out there desire for his kind of business, they will take you out because they want to kill competition and expand their own business. You are in Nigeria here. Most people outside, they don't have the home knowledge. So when they see a promising opportunity here, they have all the money. They come and they buy you out. If the founder is struggling to be visible, that's part of what investors can do. We'll promote him to make it visible. We toot his horn so that the right people will notice him so that we can exit. So that's part of what we will do as well. If we enter, we must exit. We won't die here now. we are not a charity. We're here to help, to give back, and to make money.
Thank you.
Okay, good evening. So you mentioned that at the point of investment now, based on experience, you start trying to look out for exits. So what are the exact things you look out for at the beginning, at the start of investment that makes you know, okay, this organization is likely going to have an exit, basically?
A lot of people come here and say, is it some lamb tam? Yeah?
Yes.
We're looking at the market, and people throw around a lot of figures, right? But if you drill down those figures and you know that there is a market, right? I'll be looking at that market, and not that the market is what's this one? Is it vertical? This one is vertical, right? Not the market is vertical, but it's also horizontal. That means that the issue that they are solving for here, they are providing a solution for a local problem with a global view in mind. That means that if the issue is, the problem is happening in Siberia, they can still use the solution that has been developed in Nigeria for it. So it has extensibility. So with those kinds, you know that, okay, you can actually grow to a point that you can exit. Your exit can be when it's growing into other geographies, the valuation increases, somebody else is coming to invest, you just quietly carry your money and just exit. So you have to look at the market, that is one way. From the beginning, you look at the multiple revenue and what it can grow to be, right? You're solving for problem A, and then you know that, like, it's like this, is it crude oil we have? That has PMS, and this one and that one and that one and that one. So many. So if your product is like an octopus, I'm going to definitely be there, right? Because I want to know whichever way it goes, there's a way out. Of it. Right. So those are two things I look for apart from the human being.
Thank you so much, man. All right, Uncle, you're coming through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like founders. If I don't like the guy, I won't give him my money. Because if I don't like him, a lot of people won't like him. And people don't buy people they don't like. That's one. There are many businesses that it's just good for you, your wife, and your children. You don't need to worry about scaling because it's not scalable. Just sell to the few people around you who wants it. And when you see that kind of business, run. Okay? Because if you don't run, you're going to just stay there and all the money you put in, all the money you put in is just going to go down and the founder is going to look at you and ask for more money. And you keep putting the money until you get tired and tell the guy not to come to you. Okay? That is one. Okay? And there is the one that there's no even business there at all. There's nothing. Because founders, they know, we are Nigerians, we know how to talk. Okay? When we talk, we just bring out your money. But the fact is that you should ask the question as a founder, as an investor as well. My people say before corn came, there was something that the hen was eating now. You are bringing your technology. So the whole world is waiting for your technology. They've been surviving without you. So why will they leave that one and take yours? What will make them leave yours? I mean, we're talking about, sorry I'm using your example now. There are 10, maybe, I can't count. You have Wise, I have Wise account, I have Zelle, I have, what do they call it? Even Bamboo just came out with Nissan. Okay, you can open dollar, pound, sterling, get card, get everything, and it costs you nothing. Everybody is coming with all kinds of things. The thing is, how do we get the money back? That's what I always think. It's not the amount of money. If you want 10 million, fine. But if we give you 10 million, when will you be able to give us 10 times 10 million? And most people don't show that. Even all the one we saw today, nobody showed any money. Instead of all the long talk, just come and say, I need 500,000 and I have this, and in 3 months, 6 months, this is what I'll be making. I will have this number of customers, they will pay me this, and in 5 years, this company will be worth X, and you can get out with 2.5 million. I'll start writing my check. But you talk all the story, what are you going to use the money for? Most times, is technology development. What is technology development? You said office expense. What is office expense? It means that you want angels to fund your lifestyle. And we will fund it for as long as you want it funded, until everything stops. So we are getting a bit more, the investment committee, we're tougher. Because our responsibility is not just to the founder, but to the angels. We have to be fair to all. Anything we bring out and say this is investment grade, then trust us. We'd rather come back and say we have nothing to give you than for you to put your money and 6 years, 9 years after you said some founders they have long time for you to I don't want to be dead before you give me. So there must be a time horizon for anything. Okay? Is it 3 years? Is it 5 years? You tell us. So that when you tell us, if that time gets to we can then know whether we better voice note.
Thank you so much. All right. One more question anywhere? If you know day, I'm very happy. In no day. Thank you. Is that bullied you?
He said 2 questions only.
2 questions only. It's my bully.
You have one guy there.
Okay, I can take it. Just a
Yeah, thank you. Good evening. Thanks for all the responses so far. So this is just me being curious, right? I think there was something on Twitter recently about a school that wrote to the parents of the pupils, right, that they were shutting down. And I think there were questions around why is the solution to sell the school? Why not? No, why is the solution to shut down the school? Like, why not sell the school? I guess it wasn't clear if there wasn't going to buy for the school, but I think that was the thinking, right? So, and that's where my curiosity, comes from. Does it fall into the remit of the angel network for businesses like that? I hear you on family businesses and basically putting money down the drain. It's not a VC type investment opportunity. But it seems like there's almost no market for small businesses, in the country. So I'm just curious to know what how angels, right, and an angel network thinks about, those kind of opportunities. Because I personally think one way or another, if not angels, there needs to be a market of sorts for such businesses, right? Else you have a situation where it makes more sense to shut down the school of, say, 300 pupils than to, pass it on to someone else to manage.
Great. So my quick reaction to that is there are different kinds of angels, and because there are different kind of angels, and each different angel has their thesis, there might be an angel who's interested in schools. Mr. Bella here, for example, talks of a model where we could buy up similar businesses and coagulate them and run them for a growth. And that's a model of angel investing. So not every angel, for example, even in our network today, is VC type. Because angel investing is not only for tech and tech-enabled businesses. There could be angel investors who are interested in brick and mortar angel investing. So I think over the years we've just narrowed angel investing to venture capital, and it truly isn't the truth around angel investing. So that would be my first pushback to that.
Can I contribute?
Yes.
Okay, so basically part of the reason why I'm here is because part of what I do is sell businesses that the owners can't manage. So, and I've just seen, so I specialize more in the FMCG and the pharma space. This year we've done like 6 pharmacies that the owners just want to do Canada and they're just tired. So I want to get a buyer for it. But unfortunately, it's not so structured. And part of what I'm here is there needs to be a structure, because I'm doing it for the pharma space. But I look at a lot of people who want to do Canada and there's no, all they know is sell the goods, sell their tables, so the goodwill aspect. Because for me, when we want to sell a pharmacy, for instance, can do all the assets, like when we sold last month, all the assets were like 10 million, but the goodwill was like 20 something. So you could see that the goodwill actually, but if you now sell it in parts, you might not even get the real value. So I think it's something that land can actually, that was why I actually came to see, is there a way to bring structure to this segment of the market?
So that's a great talking point and a follow-up from this meeting.
No. What I wanted to say is, like you said, the different investments, capital for different things. And for education particularly is long-term capital, right? Because 300 students in a building like this, how much is the rent of a building like this in whatever location? And then 300 students, how much they pay for school fees you know, even if you are Grange, right? Yeah, if you are Grange, you're in one of these areas, Koibi, if that school is in Shoki, or somewhere like that, even that building, then the school fees is not going to be like rainbow. So it's long-term capital, and there are impact investors that do that, right? So there it's just the investment philosophy for different. Somebody might have even picked it up.
All right, thank you very much. So this is for me the more important reason why I wanted all of you to come here today. Yeah, completely, you understand, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this fine girl here turned 60. You turned what? 30. She turned 30. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, now wait a cake. Alright, so we're just gonna cut our cake now. Yes, so where's the knife? You people are playing with me. You wanna get fired? What are we calling? White and 2 shots. Oh, okay. You didn't wait for us. Thank you so much for all that you've done. Thank you for continuing to inspire the network, and the Angels and myself are really grateful for your leadership, and we thought to let you know this. We have a little small something for you. You were looking at me?
Thank you so much.
So sorry. So sorry. So this is a part of the movie where we sing this very interesting song. No. For she's a jolly good fellow. For she's a jolly good fellow. Oh yeah. For she's a jolly good fellow. Hooray! And so say all of us. Hooray! You people are saying all of us as you are sitting down. You people are not saying it well. So, from all of us, Peter, please come at the team. And yes, no, I should go to him, man. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Sarah, the package menu. Yeah.
Oh, I know this one.
Thank you so much, man.
This is really nice.
She likes it.
Yeah, I do actually. I do like this one in particular. I escaped Nigeria during my birthday because there were too many clusters, and I didn't know how I was going to be able to afford, to fulfill and not offend too many people. So I just went away with my family, and since I've been back, it's been one celebration and another. And this one really took me as a surprise. Thank you so very much, and thank you for the whole community in sharing all of this with me. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Faith.
All right, thank you very much for your time, everyone. With that, the formal part of this evening comes to a close. But I would like to say that if you have time, don't rush off, because sometimes the best network the best deal is made even after the event. So please try as much as possible to stay and connect with that founder or connect with the angel and find the introduction that you came here for. On behalf of the LAN team, Lagos Angel Network, I want to say thank you very much for making our time to be here this evening. Once again, my name is Faith Adebayo, and it's been such a delight being your host this evening. Do enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. All right, take care. Bye. Alright, so one more thing, there is food for everyone. So please don't be in a rush to leave. Kindly take your seats and the food will be brought to you. I'll say that again, there is food for everyone. Don't be in a rush to leave. Thank you very much.
What are you selling? How do you this is my car. Okay.
Who is working with you? That kind of
They won't be able to catch up because for you to use an EMR, that upfront cost.
Buona last time.
Because we look at what are the risks now being mitigated. So from day one,
We currently have a manufacturing outfit for that.
Some people like it.